Alright guys, we have got an absolutely incredible fight on our hands tomorrow night, Saturday the 21st. Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. I think this is going to be absolute fireworks. Someone's getting KO'd and I can't wait for it. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at some press conference highlights, and then we're going to break down what kinds of challenges Daniel Dubois is going to present to Anthony Joshua in this fight, and then we are going to make our prediction. Now, if you're only just coming across my channel, it's worth noting that I am pretty new to boxing. I am an MMA guy, but recently I've been watching more of the big boxing fights and I'm starting to get into it a bit. So everything in this video comes from that frame of reference, just so you know. And also, we're going to do a live fight companion here on this channel for the fight tomorrow night. So if you'd rather tune in and listen to my commentary, interact with the chat, hang out a little bit, as opposed to listening to the boxing commentary, then feel free to tune in. It'll be good to see you in the chat. So first off, the press conference, the first 10 minutes, we got Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren talking. Daniel Dubois says, I'm looking forward to Saturday night. Anthony Joshua says, I'm ready to get the job done. So nothing really exciting, but this is the main interaction right here, where Anthony Joshua addresses the altercation that him and Daniel Dubois had the last time that they sat down and done a face-to-face. It got a little bit heated. Daniel Dubois said, we can go right now. Anthony Joshua stood up and said, don't disrespect me. So there's a bit of animosity going into this fight, and this is what Joshua says about that altercation.
It's almost just a case of, okay, you have to do what you need to do as well to get the victory?
Definitely. I showed Daniel and his whole team the respect they deserve during training camp, and that's going to put me in good stead on Saturday. So yeah, I'm tough. So is he. As Frank said, we've got all similarities. So may the best man win, really. One thing, when I first started boxing, I said I want to bring the heavyweight division back alive in the UK, and I think we've done that. So well done to everyone here as well.
You guys are being very respectful now, which is nice to see. It is a gentleman's sport. I did the face-off with both of you about a month ago, and it wasn't very nice towards the end of that face-off. I had to move back, and everyone accused me of ducking away from it. I wasn't. But you accused him of being disrespectful then.
Yeah.
What happened for those that maybe didn't get that clip? Why was he disrespectful?
It wasn't disrespectful, it was just a phrase I used, but he said, let's go now. And I clicked for a minute. I said, what does he mean by that? And then he repeated it again. And I just feel like anyone in here, if I was...
Boxing, this is what happens. This is boxing. These things happen. So, you know, we're fighting Saturday. Let's go.
So as I was saying...
Anthony Joshua, don't give a F.
At the press conference, I just feel like you should never let anyone take an inch, because they'll end up taking a mile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Dad?
Sorry?
That's it.
I swear Daniel Dubois is not all there. If you did get a chance to see that face-off that they had, Daniel Dubois always tries to shut down any sort of verbal warfare. It's like he doesn't want to engage in it. He always tries to change the subject. I've noticed him do that a few times. And then even Joshua then, he was asked directly, what was that altercation about? Why did you take it as disrespect? And then Daniel interjects and interrupts Joshua and says, oh, whatever, we're going to fight anyway, so it is what it is, let's get on with it. And then Joshua says, anyway, as I was saying, it's kind of like Dubois. He doesn't know how to trash talk, but he's trying to shut down Joshua from even talking at all. Right, so this is where they talk about Daniel and Anthony Joshua having a spar years ago. Now, apparently when they did spar, Dubois KO'd Anthony Joshua, or at least rocked him. And I think they said that Dubois was like 17 or 18 years old at the time. So it was quite a long time ago. And a few people have corroborated this story and said that it was true. Dubois did hurt Anthony Joshua in sparring. Now, they have sparred a lot together, and anyone out there who fights knows what it's like when you just do enough sparring rounds. Even if you're the better fighter, occasionally you're all going to get rocked. If you spar hundreds of rounds with someone, you're not going to be invincible for all of those rounds. So here they address the sparring story. Did Joshua really get rocked when they sparred?
And forgive me, both of you, for doing this, but I do need to clear it up because a lot of people want to know about it as well. This spar that happened several years ago. Now, you, Frank, said in a recent documentary that you heard about the spar and you signed him basically because of that spar as well. Can we clear that up now? Obviously, we know you guys are going to fight for the real thing on Saturday, but can we clear up this sparring story, these sparring rumors? AJ?
He cracked me with a great shot, and it's my chance to get him back on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it.
Got confirmed right there. AJ got cracked with a good shot by Daniel Dubois in sparring. But he's got a cheeky smile on his face and he said, I'll get him back this Saturday.
There you go, Dan.
Well, we
right?
sparred hundreds of rounds, didn't it?
There you go.
You cracked him, Daniel. So you know you can hurt him.
It's sparring. Now we're fighting. It's different, you know.
I think it's different.
Ready to go. Move on now. You can move on now.
You see what I mean? He's always wanting to move on, change the subject.
Oh,
Move on.
okay. No tables flying, anything. Let's just keep this one very, very peaceful. Daniel, how do you win? Tell me how it works.
I ain't predicting nothing. I'm ready to go and I'm ready to fight.
Dubois doesn't even want to predict the fight. He just says, I'm ready to go. I want to fight. I can understand this media crap. It must be a nightmare for them. You're knackered. You've had a long training camp. You're cutting weight and you're getting asked the same questions over and over again. Now, Joshua is happy to make his prediction, and I like what he says here because it gives us a bit of an insight into his game plan. Let's check it out.
As expected. Anthony Joshua, how do you win on Saturday?
How do I win on Saturday? Can happen in a variety of ways, various ways, but I'm not dependent on punch power, you know. You know, it takes a lot more than that to be a great fighter. Yeah. A lot more than that to be a great fighter, so there's various ways I'll win. But I've got the fighter spirit, and that's how I'll go in there and break him down with my spirit.
I love that. I love it. That answer shows maturity in Joshua. I feel like a young Joshua, or even a young fighter in general, would probably say something along the lines of, yeah, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to knock him out, going to finish him in 4 or 5 rounds. Joshua said, it's not just about punching power, you know, because everyone's predicting Joshua to get this win by KO, but Joshua's shutting that down. He said, listen, I'm going to beat him with my spirit. There's so many different ways I can get the job done, and especially as a champion, I'm not just going to be relying on punching power. It gives us a little bit of an insight into his game plan and his mindset. If he doesn't get this job done by KO, he's going in there completely willing to put on a technical masterclass of fight IQ and boxing technique, and we'll dive into both their techniques now. Now let's break down both of their styles a little bit. We all know what to expect from Joshua. We all know Joshua's strengths. It's his power, it's his physicality, and lately his technique and his boxing in general, his IQ, has been absolutely phenomenal. Now, was it against super high-level, world-class competition? Not really when you take a look at the last few people he's fought. Obviously, his last fight was against Francis Ngannou. Big, powerful guy, but coming over from MMA, I think he vastly overestimated his boxing capability. The Tyson Fury fight probably gave him false hope. So, although that was an absolute destruction on Joshua's behalf against Francis Ngannou, it was against Francis Ngannou, who's an MMA fighter. Then we had Otto Wallen, Robert Helenius. Now, these two guys aren't exactly known for being super power punchers. We've seen Joshua against Otto Wallen. Otto Wallen had nothing to threaten Joshua with. Once Joshua realised that, he just destroyed him. Joshua's got 28 wins, 25 KOs. Now, Daniel Dubois is no joke. He's got 21 wins, 20 KOs. However, I still feel Joshua's coming into this fight with the power advantage. And the reason being is when you take a look at Daniel Dubois' fight, he's more so a volume puncher. He's a pressure fighter, and he breaks his opponents down as the rounds go. So the fight against Filip Hrgović, Dubois was struggling for the first half of that fight, and it wasn't until rounds 5, 6, 7 that he started having a bit more success. But Dubois was getting pieced up in that fight, and also Dubois landed a lot of shots on Filip Hrgović, and Filip Hrgović was still there in the fight. And I think if it was Joshua fighting Hrgović would have went down in round 4 from the power that Joshua possesses. Joshua is not really a volume puncher. He is more of a sniper who now has really good technique, great balance, better footwork, higher boxing IQ, more maturity, more experience. So I think if there's going to be a KO in this fight, it's going to be Joshua getting the KO, not Dubois. However, if Dubois gets the win, it's going to be through a battle of attrition. There's only so much I can show you of this fight due to copyright purposes, but Daniel Dubois was getting rocked and getting absolutely tagged in this fight. He hasn't really got great defense, not much head movement. He doesn't really manage distance that well when compared to Anthony Joshua. I mean, you take a look at this shot here. This is in the first round. Look at this shot right now. Bang! Right on the top of the head. That caught Dubois clean. And that's pretty much the story of this entire fight. You can go and watch this video on YouTube, on TNT Sports. Dubois doesn't move his head that much. Like, you know, right there, he got caught with a nice left hook. He stands a little bit more squared on than Joshua. If you look at Dubois' stance, He's there to be hit. Joshua has got a very long reach, and I can see Joshua potentially tagging Dubois with a straight right. Joshua's got the speed advantage. As I say, he's got the power advantage. I think if Filip Hrgović has got any chance of winning this fight, he needs to just put the pressure on Joshua like he did against Hrgović and just grind Joshua down. Let's not forget, Daniel Dubois got the win in this Hrgović fight from referee stoppage due to too much cuts on Filip Hrgović. So Daniel Dubois couldn't even knock out Hrgović. Is he going to be able to do the same to Joshua? I don't know. I think Joshua's just too good with the distance management. He's got a great jab, great right hand, and he's not going to let Daniel Dubois get close to him. Joshua's footwork is better than ever, and I think after a few shots, Dubois might be a little bit tentative to close that distance. My prediction, my casual prediction that is I think Joshua is going to get a 5th round stoppage, if not a little bit earlier, maybe a 4th round stoppage. I seen a video a while back of Joshua hitting pads and he looked like an absolute menace. This isn't the video, but you can get a general idea. He's just got that thud. I think Ben Davidson is a really good coach. Joshua having Ben Davidson as his coach was a good move. And some of the critique of Daniel Dubois' coaches is they're a little bit chaotic. They're a bit all over the place. In the Filip Hrgović fight in the corner, they were screaming at Daniel Dubois, trying to motivate him. They were screaming at him. So I think there's going to be another win by Anthony Joshua. Has Daniel Dubois got the tools to get the job done? I certainly think so, but I think he's going to have to take some heavy shots off Joshua to get in on the inside and put that pressure on Joshua and just try and grind him down, take him into the later rounds. Daniel Dubois might have the stamina advantage. Joshua, speed and power. However, don't underestimate Joshua's stamina these days. When was the last time he was shown to have cardio issues? Okay, sometimes he takes a couple rounds off here and there, but who doesn't? So I don't think stamina is going to be a problem for Joshua, but I do think Dubois has that advantage. But I just think Joshua will be able to catch Dubois early on. What do you guys think? Comment your thoughts down below. Also, I've released a new fitness video. If you want to get big biceps, go and check it out. Link in the description. And we're going live tomorrow for this fight. I can't wait for it. It's on earlier because it's in Wembley. So yeah, come and join me on the live stream. Look forward to seeing you all there. I'm excited for this. This is going to be a banger of a fight. Let's go. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new. See you tomorrow.